Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Charles, and you're watching Save Our Children TV. I'm back at it for a brand new video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn post notifications on, turn your notifications on, so you will be notified when I drop a brand new video on my channel. Now, this video that I'm going to talk about, our first story, takes us to Wauchula County, which is in Crowd Crawfordville, Florida. So Florida gonna take an L. And it is about a man who's 23 years old, whose name is Jacob Randall Robinson, who was accused of beating his girlfriend, 1-year-old daughter to death. So we're gonna talk about this story, and I'll give my commentary at the end of the story. Court documents painted a disturbing picture of what allegedly led up to a 1-year-old's death in Wauchula County Wednesday night. Jacob Randall Robinson, 23, was arrested by the Wauchula County Sheriff's Office on Thursday. WCSL confirmed the arrest to WCTV on Friday. The Wauchula County Sheriff's Office said they were called to a Dollar General parking lot on Wednesday after a 1-year-old was unresponsive. Detectives said they found injuries that were consistent with recent physical abuse. Lieutenant Jeffrey Yarborough with WCSL described how challenging it can be to respond to these cases. Homicides are extremely rare in Wauchula County, particularly homicides involving children, and these are traumatic for everybody involved. Be that the individuals who take the 911 calls to the investigators and the deputies, EMS personnel, said Lieutenant Yarborough. According to the arrest warrant, Tyler's mom was at work while Robinson was watching the 1-year-old girl on Wednesday. The Tyler mom went into work at 4 p.m. Robinson and the Tyler's mom had a text exchange throughout the evening. Around 9 p.m., Robinson allegedly claimed in a text to the mom that the Tyler was fighting sleep and fell off the bed. Robinson allegedly said, "So if she has another knot on her head, you know why." He sent another message that stated she hit hard, so I'm sure that there will be. The document stated that Robinson and the Tyler mother lived in a shed just behind Robinson's mother and stepfather's home in Crawfordville. When the Tyler's mother arrived home just after 10 p.m., she reportedly took a shower, ate dinner, and then entered the shed where she was living. The report said it was then that she saw her daughter in the playpen with purple lips and a blanket covering her body up on her chin. When the blanket was moved, the Tyler was found with bruises on her face and body. Cold to the touch, the limb, and wasn't breathing. The mother called 911 just after 11 p.m. and notified dispatch that her daughter was not breathing and turning blue. She said that she was pulling into the parking lot of Dollar General, according to the report. Responding to deputies, firefighters, and EMTs rendered aid to the Tyler on scene before being transported to the hospital, where the child was pronounced dead in the emergency room, per the report. The warrant included a comment from a hospital staff member noting this was the worst case they ever seen. At the hospital, detective reportedly found visible bruising from head to toe and documents stating the child appeared to have been beaten to death. Deputies later searched the shed and sent some potential evidence for testing. When Tyler's mother left for the hospital, Robinson said he was following right behind her, but never showed up. Instead, his license plate was tracked to Albany, Georgia, around 1:30 a.m. on Thursday. Robinson was arrested on Thursday and charged with second-degree murder. He is being held without bond at the Wauchula County Jail. Robinson family told deputies that he was recently arrested for child abuse. Let me repeat that again. Robinson family told deputies that he was recently arrested for child abuse and had anger management issues. So should he have been around that children? The answer is no, according to the report. The case involves a different child than the 1-year-old. So before I give you the news video, let me check these blinds. Let me take you guys around here. Let me check this.
Afternoon. Afternoon, the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office confirms arresting a man for the death of a young child. Deputies responded to a call about a 1-year-old child laying unresponsive in a store parking lot Wednesday. The child was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. After investigating, deputies arrested 23-year-old Jacob Robinson Thursday on homicide charges. They also found he committed aggravated child abuse, which ultimately led to the child's death. He is being held in the Wakulla County Jail without bond. Developing now, a 1-year-old child is dead following signs of abuse, and a 23-year-old is in jail charged with that child's murder. I'm Ariel Schiller in Crawfordville outside of the Wakulla County Sheriff's Office, where they announced that they arrested Jacob Robinson. It's a situation that's hitting law enforcement hard. Lieutenant Jeffrey Yarborough is the public information officer with the Sheriff's Office. He's also a father himself. He says cases that involve children are difficult to handle. That's why the Sheriff's Office had a mandatory briefing Thursday for everyone involved in this case.
We were able to start a process yesterday with all the parties involved, with the Sheriff's Office who were involved, of counseling and debriefing, and we will continue those efforts just to make sure that everybody who may have any issue dealing with it or who is involved is given the proper help and coping and processing.
Lieutenant Yarborough told me deputies responded to the Dollar General on Shadeville Road Wednesday. They got a report of an unresponsive 1-year-old. Deputies found the child with its mother. They started CPR, then Wakulla County EMS took the child to the hospital. That's where they pronounced the child dead. Lieutenant Yarborough says the child appeared to have physical signs of abuse. Their investigation led them to Robinson. He was arrested Thursday. I asked for more details about the case. While Yarborough says Robinson doesn't have a familial relation to the child, investigators can't release the name of the victims in this case due to Marcy's law. That law protects victims in crime cases and gives victim rights equal to that of the accused and convicted. Robinson is being held in the Wakulla County Jail without bond. Yarborough said a court date hasn't been set for him yet. He's charged with homicide, murder dangerous, or depraved without premeditation. In Crawfordville, Ariel Schiller, ABC 27.
First of all, this whole thing was a red flag. Like, this mother chose to bring a person who had a criminal history around her child, and she knew that he had a previous assault case on the child. So why would you bring her around the child? This doesn't make sense. So you tell me you don't know about this person in your own child. So I think at the end of the day, this mother, I'm sure regretting even allowing him to be around the child, but you gotta start doing background checks. I love to put that out there on YouTube because shout out to AFC. That's very important, especially when you get yourself in a relationship and you have children. You can't be around children without doing a background check because you don't know the person's history. And you don't know what that person is capable of doing to you or to your child. So you might want to do a background check, which is going to save your life, you're going to save your children's life. So, hashtag background checks. Also to the family, RP to the child, and to this monster who needs life in prison. I understand that she's been charged with second, about first degree murder, premeditated, but again, that system is big bro. But I think she went upgrade to the first degree murder. Just my opinion. Let's have it back on. He was previously arrested for domestic battery. That was dropped December 2022, which was last year. So again, if you have so many charges for being children while you're lying around your child, common sense. That's not a suitable candidate. Now I'm going to move on to our next story. The next story is mother starves her twins to death. So let's talk about that story. Look it up so we can find it. this one. Now back in 2022, a mother and her boyfriend, again, mom's boyfriend, mother and her boyfriend charged in starvation torture of 8-year-old twins, resulting in one's death. Houston is going to take a hit. Texas is going to take a hit. Horrifying abuse allegations are being made against a Texas woman and her boyfriend. The two are accused of starving her 8-year-old twin girls to the point where one child died. At one point in 2020, four kids lived in an apartment in northwest Houston. However, prosecutors said Soledad Mendoza and Ruben Moreno only took care of two children. The 8-year-old twin girls were abused and starved. Just days before Christmas, one of the twins, Melanie Mendoza, died. Prosecutors Gilbert Sotali said the living twin could hardly walk when she was found and was well below the growth curve for her age. When you see images of these two girls, it breaks your heart. He said nobody should have had to go through that. Certainly not for as long as that man went through it. So Tully said that the abuse apparently began when the girls and the mother were living in San Antonio. It didn't happen overnight. It took years, he said. Child Protective Services records show a harrowing history for the girls. The first complaint of possible neglect was filed in San Antonio in 2018. In May of 2019, there were reports that the twins were underfed. In August of that year, reports said that the mother won't let teachers give the girls breakfast and lunch at school. December 16, 2020, the teacher verified Melanie had a black eye during virtual class. The mother told CBS that Melanie had a fever and would not let the investigators decide on the inside of the home. The girl died just 5 days later. The surviving twin regretted it all. So Tali said. She said that Ruben and Marina would beat them with a belt, with a shoe. Mom would kick them, punish them, and put them in trash bags, cover their heads. She would lock them in closets. They would be disciplined for trying to get food, he said. After Melania's death, the couple moved to a different apartment complex nearby. The other children, including the surviving twin and newborn, were all playing foster care. Her other kids were fine, and I don't know the answer to exactly why. When the living twin was asked why, she said it was because mom told her she doesn't love us and grew up. So Tony said. Prosecutors said even though it took 2 years to arrest Mendoza and Marino, they are confident that they cannot get justice for Melania. The mother is being held on a $1 million bond. But the boyfriend has no bond on the murder charge. Again, shout out to AFC Podcast. Babies for benefits. The only reason why these parents have the children to collect benefits for the children. And at the end of the day, we have so many cases of abuse. And in my opinion, I believe CPS failed because they could have took the children on day one. The first abusive allegation occurred. They could have took the child out of the home, placed them in foster care, and covered them for the family. But to leave children home that are being abused, CPS also, in my opinion, neglect children. Because the church never out that home a long time ago. So lack of children and you know mother mother boyfriend is gonna have to pay for the bill. Let's move on. So this story hit back on June 28th, 2020. Houston, Texas is going to take air. A couple from Houston is shot and killed in front of their children in Maine. So Westbrook, Maine is going to take it. My fault. Westbrook, Maine. Maine is going to take it. A couple from Houston who had recently moved to Maine was shot and killed in front of their children last week. Investigators still don't know why. Brittany Cockrell, 37, and Michael Hader, 31, and their kids moved to Westbrook, Maine about 6 months ago. Family members said on June 19th, a gunman shot Brittany first in the family's car and then shot Michael, who was inside the vehicle with the children. Raymond Shibern told our sister station in Florida, Maine, that he heard 6 to 8 gunshots and ran to help. Kids in the back seats, they were just crying and they were devastated. Sherburne said they were shocked. Man, they were staring at the dad, the older brother, who tried to hold the sister to the best of his ability. The only thing I thought was going to get them away from the friends like that. Sherburne said he unlocked the door for the kids and let them out. He said that he took them around the corner to Main Street and to talk to them before the police took them. The saddest thing in the world is that they just moved here. They didn't even start school yet. Sherburne said he moved to Maine to get away from it. Marcel LaGrange Jr., 24, was tackled by bystanders and held until police got there and arrested him. Police said he assaulted a 75-year-old man when he was trying to get away. LaGrange was charged with 2 counts of murder and remains jailed without bond. Maine State Police said there is no known connection between LaGrange Jr. and the victims. Jeff McKinney, Brittany's father, spoke to the radio on Tuesday, a week after the killings. As Mike and Brittany, unarmed, defenseless, and aware of the danger, hopefully could up. The bodies ripped upon, allowing the rider
No, so what your remote at? Can you next episode?
out of the bodies and souls to ascend to heaven, McKinney said, "We deserve better than that." McKinney referred to his daughter as a precious gift from him. A GoFundMe set up for the couple's kids, called Brandy 11 daughters sustain most importantly a devoted mother to three beautiful children. Michael was described as a kind-hearted individual, always putting his loved ones before himself. Michael was not only like one of my kids, he was like my friend. McKinney said he was impossible to stay down with Mike and his friend. The children have been cared for by family members. I mean, how cruel you have reached people in core for children. That means you have no. That means that means that you are inhumane to shoot people in front of your children and shoot parents in front of children. And I could bet that this person has a criminal history, pages after pages, principles like that all the time. And it's a system that is failing different. And if he's willing to go and beat up on a 75-year-old, imagine what he would do to a family. This person is clearly injured in society. It needs not to have to be released back into society. It needs to be in a prison cell for the rest of his life. This was kind of murder. Comment down below and tell me what this particular story says to all those who are affected ever since this tragedy. Now, this next story, I haven't talked really much about this type of particular story in a long time, but it's back in the meeting. It's about a daycare. Let's talk about it. Milwaukee, Wisconsin is going to take it L. Shocking and traumatizing Milwaukee daycare closes indefinitely after allegations a toddler was left alone unsupervised. After working a full shift, all Kendra Jordan wanted to do was pick up her 1 year old son, Kayvante, from daycare. Jordan, who has been a client of Amazing Mae's Day Childcare for nearly 8 years, had dropped him off Thursday afternoon before she headed to work. But when she arrived around 11:30 later that night, she found the doors locked with most of the lights off and could hear her child screaming through a cracked window. It is shocking, it's traumatizing, it's stressful, and it's emotional. Jordan told CBS 58's Ali that Comato worked. Jordan said she tried to get a hold of anyone inside, but no one answered. That's when she ended up calling 911, and police officers on the scene were finally able to get a hold of the owner. We didn't reach her until about 45 minutes after the whole situation had even started, Jordan said. Jordan said that it then took additional time for the owner to arrive to the daycare and bring her son out safely. So many thoughts were running through my mind because so many kids every day come up missing, so many kids every day come up deceased. Jordan called. I just hugged him and I cried. While Clemente is physically okay, Jordan said since the incident he became cleansure and is having trouble sleeping. Now she's having a hard time finding a solution for when she goes back to work. Everyone is referring me to everyone is referring referring me to the daycare, and it's like if I can't call him 24/7 to see if he's okay, I don't really want to put him in. Like I can't trust daycares. Jordan said that was a really scary experience. Like I honestly thought I lost my baby. After Jordan filed a lawsuit, this was says that about Charlie. After Jordan filed a police report, today Kirsten closed indefinitely while police continue the investigation. Jordan says she wants the daycare owners and whoever was working that night to take full responsibility for what happened, so that other parents don't have to go through the same situation. She's also seeking legal representation. The owner of the center posted this statement on Facebook on Friday. I would like to address a situation that occurred last night at Amazing Mae's childcare. During the closing shift, a child was left in the daycare unattended by night shift staff. I was alerted by the child's aunt an hour later, and within about 40 minutes of travel time, arrived on scene to unite the child with the parent. This was an isolated incident, and the child was not harmed. As the owner and operator of Amazing Age Childcare, I take accountability for this terrible incident. At Amazing Maze, we take pride in providing the best care and attention to our children and ensuring a safe and fun life. As unfortunate as the situation is, we are forced to do an immediate closure during the investigation process. We do not have a time limit or a direction to where the situation may lead AMCC, but we truly thank the families we served in the past 7 years. We're all devastated at the situation and praying that our families find a nice, secure day for the children in the meantime. I would like to extend my sincere apologies to the family and to all other parents of Amazing Amazing Child Care. Here is the news for you.
Man, so Ralph,
child.
Another one.
Daycare, you expect to be able to pick them up.
But as Madeline O'Neill is here to tell us, a Milwaukee woman found herself frantic last night trying just to get her little boy.
Yes, and son Kendra Jordan says when she went to get her young son from daycare yesterday, before closing time, the building was already locked. Police tell us they're investigating this, saying the child wasn't injured, but was left alone inside a closed daycare. My trust with daycare security is gone. Going to pick up the limit for life. He activated. He barely cried. Kendra Jordan says she was left in the dark. I felt betrayed. I felt neglected. She says that's because her son was too. It's dark, it's cold. He cried for his mama and I'm not there. Jordan says she dropped off 19-month-old Devontae at Amazing Days Child Care on Fond du Lac before work Thursday afternoon. But when she went to pick him up as usual at 11:30 that night, a half hour before close, no one would answer the door. 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, and I'm like, that's it. Jordan says when calls to the daycare's owner failed, she tried police. In the building or somebody took him. In the early morning, about 3 hours after Jordan originally showed up, she says the owner had arrived and brought out her son, who police confirmed had been in the daycare, alone. He's shivering cold, tears running down his face. He's red like he's been crying for a minute. But Jordan says the owner didn't arrive with any answers. Amazing Days Child Care didn't answer when we showed up either. When it comes to how this happened, Jordan says she's still left in the dark. I couldn't be his superhero, but she's happy to be back with her sidekick. I wrapped him and I hugged him tight because the situation could have been so much worse. Jordan says she's hoping for justice for her child, currently looking for legal representation. We tried contacting Amazing Days Child Care several different ways. As of now, we haven't heard back. And again, police say they're investigating this.
You're looking at extraordinary video. The desperate effort to get inside a daycare center. Behind the locked door painted with Big Bird is a 1-year-old baby girl. Somehow she has been
Glad Judge. You know, number one. I mean, what? How do you not know this child at the time that they can? Two, you could tell that they just left the building and it was sweet. They walked through and tried to walk down back to life doors up and leave. I'm telling you now, it is dangerous in 2023 to put your children in daycare. It is. So many horror stories about daycare in 2023. Um, I'm on the news, they look at US children locking them in daycares, locking them in vans, all this other stuff. So, you know, daycare is getting dangerous. You know, I give advice. You should always do a background check on these daycares before you put your children in the daycare. You just never know until it's too late. And sometimes people think that, you know, you don't really put daycare. I don't trust it. You know, you can't trust everybody. Just can't trust everybody. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just glad there's a good job behind the labels. I just need to check clear. I don't know how you consider an accident. Wow, they look at it as an accident. I don't think it's such a black job that to watch the children tell child. So I just think that the child was reconnected with his mother, his family. Yeah, and so, that explained. I have one more story for you guys. Let you guys go for the night. It is 9:08. Okay, I'm gonna end the video off there. If you like, comment, subscribe, turn post notification on, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Peace.